Editorthinklife YouTube channel, and I am omprakash Kushwaha. In earlier video, I have discussed about critical thinking and also described that how critical thinking is important and how it should be practiced. And throughout that video, I have also described the basic concept of critical thinking. So now in this video, I will describe that how critical thinking reduces the notion of inequality that exists in our family and also in our society. It is important things because in our society, inequalities become an important boundary against the human development. So to reduce inequality is important aspect, and without reducing inequality and so many other boundaries that has been developed basis of different kind of social institutions, we cannot practice critical thinking as well as also not able to develop the scientific principle within the society. So first of all, we should have to understand about the inequality, that what is the equality and how it perform within our society and within our social relationship. Inequality, as we understand, it has a very close relation with so many institutions, including religion, including family, and also with the caste. All these institutions perform very silently and very deeply rooted in our behavior, in our social cultural relationship, and that always create different kind of boundaries as well as a different kind of sentiment among the common public. Identity is another different notion that also has been created basis of religion, caste, and some at some level geographical location, and that identity always create a boundary and always at some level also create the sense of inequality. So inequality is kind of social norms, and it's also a value that define the things basis of some ethical and ethnic and cultural notions and also value. So inequality always divide the public, divide the common masses within the different category. Uh, just like caste as a system perform to create inequality basis of caste system, because in there are so many caste that have their own value, their own cultural knowledge, and also their own identity. And that identity always exists basis of in hierarchical relationship. That is the main source of inequality. In religious terms, there are religious sect is still practicing in India. So many religious sects we can observe, and that create a different kind of identity among the public. Just like some group, some community have the highest position and some community have not highest position. That is the structure still exists in our society, and also produce that structure. That structure also produce inequality and the sense of inequality basis of religious notion and caste and other geographical location. So in this case, if you start practicing critical thinking, it is important that how it decrease the notion of inequality in our society. So, important question is how it the principle of critical thinking engage with the religion, engage with the caste, we engage with the identity and different kind of social institutions. In this video, I will describe that uh, how the principle of critical thinking engage with the religious notion. Basis of that, I will describe how critical principle of critical thinking reduce the notion of inequality. Uh, Friends, as we understand that religion in India is important aspect of human civilization, because still in our society, religion uh, play important role. Even it dictate our mentality and dictate our behavior too. And if you observe in entire society, every, everything determined from the religious notion. Even we get marriage basis of religious notion, and also apply that religious notion to build our relationships, build our sentiment, build our society too. And that religious sentiment is also the central source of inequality. And so we should have to examine all the things, even our decision, even our behavior, even our the pattern of thinking, to utilize the method of scientific method. And in that case, the critical thinking provide a method to examine the all decisions, and also examine the behavior and thinking and decision, and basis of scientific principle. So important thing is that the if you apply the scientific thinking, critical thinking as a method, then you could able to the get some rational things, a rational aspect of the whole decision making, decisions, and also behavior and thinking process. So it is important, and also we should have to practice the scientific critical thinking basis of science. Without following the notion of science, we cannot practice critical thinking, and also cannot reduce uh, the inequality that exists in our society. So critical thinking is first, and and the central aspect of is scientific principle, and that scientific principle offer a, the way through which we critically engage with the anything, any institution, any decision making, any structure of the society, even the political structure that always impose the certain different decision and certain value, value at in a different social and cultural context. So, in this video, I had focused the how critical thinking practice can be practiced to reduce the notion of inequality, and also define that what is the inequality and how it engages with the different social and cultural institution.